morning, YouTube. I am Cathy with Sewing Story Projects, and I am back to show you a new project I am working on. This is an older quilt kit that I had purchased, and I'm dying to get started on it. It's a new, or a different way, new for me, different way of doing applique. And so I'm used to doing like the heat and bond type of applique, and then you stitch around the raw edge. And this is going to be a little bit different. So that's why I got the kit, because I wanted to try it out. And it has fabulous fabrics by Lori Holt, and this is a Bloom Quilt. So I figured I would kind of vlog what I'm doing and the stages that I'm going to take to assemble it. Alright, thanks for joining me. Okay, welcome back. So I thought I would show you what I have completed so far. So I took the fabrics out of the kit and read the directions, of course, and it comes with lots of different fabrics. So it's really fun because you get to work with all different patterns and colors and things like that. And that's what we're going to use to make the applique shapes, and around each of the blocks is a border. And so from each of the fat eighths, I went ahead and cut out the border fabrics and also the little cornerstone squares. And then what I did is I took those, all of those, after I cut them, I think there's like 42 different fabrics. It was amazing. I put them into piles by color. So let me show you that first. Okay, so this is the red, green, blue, yellow, brown, and white piles, and you can see within each pile there's lots of different varieties of fabrics. And then the little squares here, the 2-inch squares, are for the corners, and again I put them into color order. So what I'm doing is I'm going to her vlog, okay, which you can see here, and I am putting the border fabrics, like the squares and the border fabrics, I'm putting them into labeled bags. Okay, so I have, there's 20 squares, or 20 blocks for the pattern, and so I have 20 Ziploc bags. And they're labeled already. Actually, they're lettered instead of numbered. They're lettered. And so I am putting a background fabric, which is just the letter. I think it's called. Oh, I don't remember what this fabric is called. Each color has a fabric name. I think it's letters or days or something like that. But this is just white with really light lettering on it. So that is the background square. And then I am putting the squares and the rectangles that go around the outside of the background square, I am putting them into the lettered bags. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because when I want to work on this quilt, I just have to pull out the bag with a letter on it that I'm working on, and everything will be already in the bag. So I can get all of this organized and then work on it a little at a time, and then everything's going to already be in the bag for me. The other great thing that came with the kit for making the applique shapes are these little plastic, and they're all labeled and numbered and things like that, plastic applique shapes, and that's what I'm going to use. If you look at the pattern here, that's what I'm going to use to make all of the flowers in the Bloom quilt. And I'm going to be using these fabrics, and the trick to all of this is this is sew in interfacing, okay, and this goes with the fabric, and when I get to that stage I will show you what I'm doing. Lori has step-by-step detailed directions on her blog. So if you Google Bee in My Bonnet, Lori Holt, and once you get to her page, if you go to the tutorials, she's got on the right hand side all the way down, she's got lots of different projects, but if you scroll down to the Bloom quilt, you will see every single block, all 20 of them, have detailed instructions. So that's basically what I'm doing. I just want to learn a new skill. Like like I mentioned before, I haven't done this kind of an applique before, and I just love her fabrics. So I thought this would be a really fun project, and I can divide it into 20 blocks and work on it when I can work on it. So that is where I'm at. So I'm going to keep working on assembling my bags, and I will check in with you when I'm all done. Okay, so I thought I'd take you through the process of putting the bags together. And so I have my pattern here on the computer, and I also have the blocks that I'm going to be putting together, and I've got all my fabrics, my bags, and what I'm doing here is I'm picking out the 4 rectangles that go around the white background square, and then the 4 cornerstones that go around, and I'm just going ahead, since she spread out all the colors and you know, weighted everything so it looks good. I'm just going ahead and using what Lori had designed, and so this would be block 7, and I'm going to just take the white background square and put the fabrics here into bag G. Now, the reason I'm not putting the actual applique fabrics is because I think they're used multiple times throughout different blocks, and so I am leaving all of these fabrics out of the bag, but I will put them into separate bags, you know, in their color group. So if I need the red fabric, I can just go into the bag with the red, and if I need the blue or the green, I can go in and get those specific fabrics and cut out the size that she says for the appliques. So that is what I am working on. So I thought I would explain it and maybe even show you in a time lapse. Okay, so I've run into my first snafu. Some of the blocks, at least the borders for the blocks on the pattern and the fabrics that were selected to go around each of the background squares where the shapes of the flowers are, that is different from on Lori's website, probably because she had done more than one quilt, and you know, one was kind of the assembly and one was the one that they used for the pictures. So I was trying to match the website, and the ones on the picture here have slightly different fabrics. Now the appliques themselves are the same, it's just that the borders around the fabric. So not a big deal, I can just go ahead and fill in, but I was trying to spread out the colors. So I don't know, I may go back and adjust all of the bags on like bag 10. So I only have to redo 10 bags. I may go back and redo the bags so that instead of matching the website, they match what is on here. So I am making that change. The other change I'm making while I'm thinking about it is, instead of using the brown border fabric, I may change that up and use a different color border fabric. So those are the 2 changes that I'm going to go ahead and make. is a wrap on block number 1. Here it is. I'm so excited to try out this new technique, and it was really easy. I followed right along with the video, and I will keep you updated as I complete more blocks. So please like and subscribe, and I will be back soon. Thanks for following along. Bye!